Today we're in Cornwall, a little place called Quin. We're going to head forward, pick up the coastal path and head towards Port Isaac and make it around. We'll just have a quick look round Quin before we start. It's only a tiniest little place, just a few houses and a car park. It's an honesty box, they recommend £2, so certainly cheap enough to park here. There's the car park at the back. There's enough parking for about 30 or 40 cars. And here's just a quick look at the bay before we start. Beautiful little spot, and it'll make a nice starting point, and we've no parking problems at Port Isaac, so that's why we're starting here. So we just turn right at the side of the National Trust on the coastal path, where you can see the path we're following. This is fantastic. We've only been going 3 minutes, 4 minutes. We just turn to our left. And if we look there, we don't know whether that's the end of a church or an old castle. On the map it says Old Castles. And down below we've got some kayakers. You're walking with a taxi driver today in Cornwall. It's fantastic. We've just made our way to the top with a tiny little bird there, look. Just sat on post. He's not bothered. I'm 20 feet away, that's all. Just pulled camera off. As you can see, we've got people walking up the other side. Beautiful countryside. Now we're on the top, we can look back and give you a quick look of Port Quin. Today's a new walk, so we don't know what to expect. As we get closer up, we can see it's been an old castle, or still is, should I say. And we'll just have a quick shot before we move off. We keep going. So we'll just be following the coastal path. As you can see, I think we're in for a bit of steep walking up and down, but it looks pretty good. It's the 4th of June today, very warm. We've got an island just out in the sea, maybe a couple 100 feet away from the mainland there. This is just looking back, is this? There we are. We just keep heading forward. As you can see, there's 1 or 2 seats dotted about. It's a pretty steep walk, so a little rest now and again won't do no harm. We keep stopping and talking to people as we're walking along. As you can see there, the path is just, you know, near the edge, but not too close. All we have to do is drop down, go up the other side, then drop down again, and then I think we're in Port Isaac. There's some pretty steep bits of climbing on this. You can see that bloke there going up the steps, look, and one just above him. But the views are worth it, it's fantastic. We keep going. We're slowly making our way up to the top now. We've just been told that they're filming Doc Martin in Port Isaac. Let's hope they are. We'll have a quick look if they are. We keep going up. We've got a little seat at the top. We just keep heading forward. As you're following the little wall in between that and the sea, it's covered in flowers. We can see a little boat down below. He's probably checking the crab or lobster lines. We can see all the boys dotted around in the water. It might just be a pleasure cruise, we don't know. We're slowly making headway But we're not too far off Port Isaac now. Looks like we've got a little one-man fisherman, one-man band here. We think them houses there are the top of Port Isaac, so let's go and have a look. We're still following the path. Well, there's certainly plenty of steps, and then you've got the sea at the bottom, and then the path at the other side, and then we think Port Isaac will be just there somewhere, just over at top. It's certainly a hard 2.5 miles is this to Port Isaac. It's well worth it, but it's all up, down, up, down. We just stood on the little bridge now, going over the stream, looking out towards the sea. And you can see the irises there, look. Well, we keep going. We're just looking back now. We didn't bother counting, but you can see them people coming down them steps. We've just come down there. They seem to go on forever. But we're not far from Port Isaac now. If you like coastal walks, Cornwall takes some beating. We're just looking back and showing you where we've been. It's hard work, but you know, it's great. We've been told somebody just seen a grey seal, but load of fishing nets, crab and lobster pots down there. Well, we've just come over the top now and we can see the front of Port Isaac there. We're going to get a bit closer now. And there we've got the harbour of Port Isaac. We'll just take the zoom off and give you just a bit wider shot. We're going to make our way down now and have a look round. We've made our way a bit further down now so we can take another little shot, a bit closer. Well, we've still got a bit of height. We'll just show you the harbour entrance. We pass Doc Martin's surgery on our right hand side as we go down. We're in the centre, but it's very crowded with all the people about and the filming that's going on. But there's a chemist. There we are, we've got Bert and the lady from the chemist. Well, we're just sat down on the beach now, or the tiny harbour should I say, enjoying a Cornish pasty. That's the fisherman's tractor, and the vehicles there belong to the fishermen. They're the only ones allowed to park on the beach. And we've just fed the seagulls. We're just going to have a look up the other side now, take a few shots, and then make our way back down to this place and carry on our walk. We're just giving you a quick look round. And this is the place, I think, where the fishermen's friends sing the sea shanties on a Friday night. We're just wandering up the other side for a look now. We're just viewing it from the other side. Make your way up to the top, you'll see the coast path. We're just going to slip off there and take a few shots. And we've made our way more or less to the end of the headland. We look down below. Let's just show you this. We've two baby seagulls there, probably less than a week old, I'd say. Just there, mate. Just this.
Oh, yeah.
2 chicks, yeah.
Couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
We just popped our head off her and there they were. Fantastic, innit? They're not that old, aren't they?
No.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Well, they've got them perched up there nicely.
Yeah, they'll perch anywhere, but amazing with all the people walking about how close they are to us, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Well, we've only one little chick here now. One's nipped off into the greenery. And mother's probably gone out to sea for a bit of food for 5 minutes. But there's the view. Well, we're going to make our way back down into Port Isaac now, pick our path up, then go to Port Quin. And just below us, we've got some more tiny chicks. You know, they're very close to the path. These are maybe 3 or 4 days older there. I can see 1, 2, 3. And this seagull is just 4 foot behind me. So if he wants his picture taken, well, we'll do it. We'll leave it at that. If we look at the other side, where that big house is in the middle, Doc Martin's house is just to your left with the white van. We'll just go in a bit closer. That's Doc Martin's house there, look. We're just making our way back down to the bottom now to pick our path up. So we're heading back up the hill now, past Doc Martin's house. Walk nearly to the top of the hill. The houses are in front of you. There's a sign that says private parking. Just to the left of there, we've got the footpath sign for Port Quin. It's the inland route, 1 3/4 mile. We're steadily making our way uphill through a bit of a wooded archway. We've had a great time in Port Isaac. This is a short route back now, hopefully. We're still making our way up, but we've got to cross over that stile. There's certainly unique stiles in Cornwall. When you come out onto the top and you've made your way into the second field, head towards the pole and make your way down to the bottom left-hand corner. You'll see a house on the skyline. So we've made our way over towards the left-hand corner. We see the little sign in among the gorse. As you can see, there's the gate. So the sign is 30 or 40 feet just in. And we're going down and picking that path up at the other side to take us back towards Port Quin. We've made our way down to the bottom. We cross over the stile, over the tiny bridge, and up the other side. The signpost says Port Quin. So we're slowly making our way through the woods, up the other side, past the bluebells and the flowers. As we walk up through the wood, we've got a bit of a clearing on our right-hand side, and we just take a quick shot of the valley as it makes its way down towards the sea. We're nearly up to the top now. We look to our right-hand side, and that's a great shot, is that? We come out of the wood, bearing left, making our way up to the top of the field. Just before a farm, we turn right down the track. You can see the arrow. Just keep following the track. Can you hear the skylarks? He's right above us. We just keep heading forward till we come to a gate in a stile. We go through the gate. We can see the sea in the distance. We're heading that way, straight forward, slightly downhill towards Port Quin. You'll come down onto like a sort of a track at the bottom. We're not far off. It's a nice, easy little finish, is this. We just turn right down the road. Well, we're back in Port Quin now. We hope you've enjoyed our walk in Cornwall, down the coastal path to Port Isaac. We've been lucky enough to film a couple of the actors out of Doc Martin. We spent a couple of hours there and then took the easy path back over the top. You've been walking the taxi drive today?